All right, guys, so I got some news today. My vehicle, my old Dodge, broke down on me at the gas station. So now I didn't have my toolbox. I had to get it towed back, which was really fun. And I gotta start loading up my toolbox with the tools I need. We're gonna check the coil system, and I gotta find. This is what happens, guys, when you're not organized. So I need this real quick. I'm gonna check the coil to see if it's firing. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but we're gonna find out. Let's go take a look. All right, so stupid stuff. So here's what happened. I went to the gas station and filled up my gas tank this morning, and then right after that it wouldn't start. I said, well, it did take a lot more fuel than what it normally should, so that kind of creeped me out, and it prevented my carburetor from, the pressurization and everything else. So it wouldn't start. Had to get it towed home. I thought, well, maybe the coil's not sparking, but the coil's sparking. I checked with that. I went to check it with, crank it over, but then when I did, the lock is stuck. So it won't unlock. So something in here is messed up. Luckily for me, I happened to purchase one of these like a year ago because I was going to do that lock anyway, and I just never did. And I also purchased this puller, steering wheel puller, which I guess we can do a review on. Take a look at it. Comes with all the amenities needed to pull any kind of steering wheel out of the way. And this is to compress the lock ring, the lock that locks this in place when the key is in the off position. So I guess I'm gonna have to rebuild this. Never done one, guys. So we're gonna give it a shot. And I would video it, but I have to go to YouTube to a guy's specific channel to watch him do it, and then I'm gonna follow along. So when you see me, I'll bring it back, and we'll see if this thing is done right. Probably not, but I'm gonna give it a shot. And if it doesn't run right, then I guess it should, though. I mean, it starts up and runs now, but then the starter, it just runs and you can't remove this. The only way to turn it off is to pull the coil wire, which is embarrassing for somebody of my statute to have a vehicle that doesn't run. So I'm going to get on this, knock this out real quick, and we'll be back. Okay, so just to let you know, I will be using my Met wrench sockets to do this job. So here we go. Okay, so I took this part off and I took the nut off, utilizing, I had to use my Craftsman spark plug and this guy, which this button's really tough. So I'm gonna have to tear this open and clean it up later. Now I'm gonna pull this off utilizing my delicious puller. Let me check it out. When I get it on there, I'll get back with you guys. All right, so I had to get this little puller on there, but it doesn't fit 100% right. But I filed it down with my file, trying to get them to come a little closer together, but it didn't really help too much. But I was able to get it to where I was able to get get this off and put this to the side over here. And now we're going to get to the next part. All right, so the next thing you got to do is you got to get this little doohickey here and compress the locking thing, and that little key right there, the little ring, we have to take that out. So that's what I'm going to do next time. We'll probably try to use my handy dandy cheap little Stanley screwdriver to get in there and bloop, take it out. But don't lose it, because you're never going to find another one. All right, here we go. All right, so I got it loose. Here it is. Just pried it up, boom, popped off, rolled it up here. At this point, I don't know what I'm doing, so I have to go to the YouTube and take a look at his video and go from there. Hey, sorry guys, I got hyper focused on this. So I took this thing out, the key. So you just got to depress that little slot right in there, right there with the screwdriver, and it just pops out. The problem I had was that this key was stuck in this position and I couldn't get it out. It was just stuck. But now I got the new one in there and it comes up. You see how that, see that? So it works good now. So we're there. This is the old one, and it was just, man, it's just locked in. You can't turn it. It just, so this whole tumbler was messed up. And I also had a lot of problems with the electrical system, and the buzzer always on. So I'm going to try to fix that as well while I'm in there. And that is going to be, let's see if I can get a good focus. Is this little tab right here, right there. I'm assuming that that's the right way to put it in. It's the way it came out, but I'm going to have to double check everything, see if that's it or not. All right. All right, guys. So I finally did get the parts I needed to get in there, but I didn't film it because I got so pissed off that I couldn't get the horn to work properly after putting it all back together. Apparently, they got a little horn disconnect thing that you're supposed to put in there, and I did. I put it exactly the way it was when it came out, but then the horn just continuously honked and just kept going. I'm like, oh my God. So I was out there for hours trying to get that situated, but I don't know what I did wrong. And I just gave up. I said, you know what? I'll figure it out later. So I just disconnected the horns and just said, I guess I won't have a horn for a minute. I'll take it apart again later and do another video. But for now, it's done. The key does work, blah, blah, blah. But I got more videos coming in right after this one. We're going to be talking about a bunch of different stuff. So get ready for that. All right, guys. See you in a minute.